Cisco Stealthwatch Cloud on-premise alert IP scanner. Now, it really doesn't have to be an on-premise sensor, right? It really doesn't. But I want to be clear on what my deployment looks like. So here I'm running a scan real quick, looking for a target, right, as the adversary potentially, right? Maybe I landed on an asset and now I'm starting to do port scanning. Very quickly, I can see an alert. I can pivot into that alert. I can see that it's open, source, when it was updated, created. I can assign it to somebody, right, if I wanted to. I could close the alert. I can see the supporting observations around it, right? So you can see the time window, the port range, right, the actual IP address, and then the scan type is internal, right? There's additional observations. So here I could say this was a test, right? In this case, or I could put more meaningful information if this was a start of a larger campaign against the organization itself. I enter my comment. I could close the alert itself. I could, again, pivot if I choose to, right? Again, now I'm looking at it from an observation perspective. So you can see here some bad protocol observations, right? Scroll down. I can see the port scanner observation that we've seen that did trigger the alert itself. I can also pivot into, if it's external IP, I'll show you that in another video, right? I can leverage Talos to see what Talos thinks of it itself. And again, if I want to close the alert, right? I close the alert. Was it helpful? So you can give some feedback back to Cisco in regards to maybe tuning the signatures themselves. This, in my case, was helpful because it was something that was happening that I didn't actually have visibility into, and now I do. Bang, all done. So that's pretty easy, right? Now, Network Operations Center, I show it because some people like the eye candy, right? And so I wanted to show you from the Network Operations Center, I can see the observations. Now, if there was alerts that created as well, we would see that here, right? And from here, though, I can pivot. So I can look at the nice eye candy for those that like eye candy. And then very quickly, I can pivot into that observation or that alert right from that screen. And again, you're seeing more of the same here. But now I could, from here, dig a little bit deeper, right? So multiple places within the interface itself that I can pivot and move around. You can see here, it's giving me an example of how bad protocol observations take place, right? Device used a non-standard protocol on standard port. And again, now I've got a couple more alerts, right? So that scan was happening itself. I can come in. This is very much the same as what I just showed you earlier. I could come in and give this a comment and then close the alert. In my case, this is testing, but obviously if this was an observation in your organization, this might actually be the start of kicking off incident response. At the very least, you've got some better understanding of, or clear understanding of what might be happening inside the environment itself, right? A lot of times I talk to organizations out there, and the biggest complaint most have, whether they have operational environments or IT environments, is the lack of visibility. What's actually happening? I don't want to wait for a control point to determine whether or not something bad is happening, nor do I want to be 100% dependent on the security information I'm getting within the products I'm purchasing, right? I need visibility and some way of running some behavioral analytics in regards to what normal should look like, and then when there's abnormal, I want to be alerted. So Stealthwatch Cloud gives you that.